Even after being here for over 10 years or more, why? Why do you fight so hard to stay on this voluntary board? What you have been doing is spending Jasper citizens' tax money illegally for the last 10 years. It is appalling. Not only are you breaking state law, but it's federal law that you're breaking, and it's a crime. And Jasper citizens should be outraged. I understand that JEDCO is now considering forming a committee to search for a new executive director. But I must ask you, how can you talk about hiring leadership when the board itself is still operating under unresolved legal questions? Time and again, we hear JEDCO reference Attorney Frank Garza's opinion to justify its current structure, but it's only an opinion, and yet not one of those recommendations in that opinion have been implemented, not one. That is not transparency, it's not reform, that is avoidance. And let's be honest, the citizens of Jasper are aware of what is going on here, frankly. We're not calling for a new face at the top. We're calling for something deeper, legitimate governance, accountability, and trust. Until this entire board resigns, besides Mr. Sample, Ms. Miranda, and Mr. Hildebrand, fixing JEDCO's structure or searching for a new leadership is just putting a fresh coat of paint on a broken foundation. It's performative and it's premature. Leadership does not start with a new hire, it starts with integrity. Thank you.
John? Did you say it?
Oh, sorry. My name's John Wright. I guess what I'm asking, I'm not saying that you all don't are put on here for a leadership role. Am I correct? To lead the city of Jasper, right? In your best point forward. But my point is, and I know that it's all about who's going to be on the board and who's not going to be on the board. For me personally, I don't care if you put Mark Cuban on this board. I don't care. What I'm saying is, hypothetically, and the people of Jasper and the people on this board, if somebody went across your driveway and opened your mailbox and grabbed your taxpayer money and spent it, to your point last time, JEDCO, you said, how do I have my hands in the cookie jar? That's exactly the hands in the cookie jar. Your opinion, when you go to a court, you have one opinion, you have another opinion, and they go to a grand jury, or they go to a jury, or they go to a judge. And someone goes, that's legal document. You're all sitting up here with not one legal document that says you're not going to be here. My biggest point is, guess what? I'm going to say it tonight, and maybe you all can see it tonight. But I'm going to tell you, I can't go to my representative, because you're all going to give him $60,000 to put a new HP system in his building. I can't go to anybody else, but I can tell you this. This administration is all about y'all, the people that have all the money, have all the land, have all the power, that take taxpayer money legally. So guess what? I'm going to say this tonight, that the federal, it is now in the federal pipeline. And you can take that as you want, and how you feel. You can tell Mr. Hawkins, you can tell Mr. Walker, you can tell whoever. This is not just representative anymore. Because you guess what? The people of Jasper deserve better. We need every dollar, and you guys have been spending it however you want to spend it. Every single one of you have, and you know it. And you know you broke it. If your guys' city attorney doesn't recognize it, we pay your guys' attorney, do we not? So we pay one city attorney, and we pay your attorney, and our DA. None of you act like there's nothing to see here. I'm a retired superintendent from contractor for 33 years. It didn't take me much to go back in here and see that y'all broke the law. You broke the law. So rather than worry about who's going to be on the city council, maybe have some accountability. Have that. But are you all just ready? Are you just going to just protect yourself? Is that what you're trying to do? You're protecting Hopkins or Walker or all y'all that have been on this thing for 16 years? Is that what you're doing? I'm asking on your moral clarity, your ethnic clarity, to look yourself in the mirror and go, oh my God, Mr. Hillebrand said in the last meeting, I don't care if there's 16 people, how long they've been there, no one wants to be on this board. Well, guess what? They couldn't be on the board. You know why? Because you guys didn't follow your own bylaws that you voted for. Which means every 2 years you count. And you didn't do it. So we could have 100 people be on this board. Could we not? I want anybody to ask me a question and say what I'm saying is incorrect. Not one of you can. Because you know what? You know what you did. I don't care who you're going to put on the board. What I'm fighting for, and I'm telling you tonight, there's going to be doors being knocked on by the federal government down here. I can guarantee you that. Because people in Jasper deserve better. This is not a Soprano situation down here. Because there's a new family down here. You know what the family is? Citizens of Jasper. And we're going to hold you all. You can be part of the solution, or you can be part of the problem. That's what's going to go down. So you can follow this whole, it's a opinion. What does that even mean? You all know that's not a legal binding document. You're all smart men. You're all businessmen. You all have properties. You know that that is not a legal document. It's just an opinion. You all know it. So then why are you hiding from it? People in Jasper now are waking up and figuring out that this is just a good old boys club here. And they're figuring it out. So I don't know why you guys think you're going to hide from it. Tonight you're going to vote on giving $60,000 to our representative for HVA system. You know you can't do that. You're not legally binded to do that. There's not a signed document that says you're legal. Can anyone say that? I'm asking you the question. I'm opening the door. Can anybody say that? There's a signed legal document that says that you guys are acting as an honorary board, that you can take our taxpayer money and say you can spend it as we speak. Mr. Walker, the last time we were here, he sat there and goes, I'm going to resign, but I'm going to spend $30,000. To who? To what? No one knows. You won't say it. It's not even legal. It boggles my mind as a 57-year-old grown man that you all just sit here and our own city attorney, our own district attorney, our city council, everybody just acts like nothing to see here. It boggles my mind that you all just sit here and you act like nothing to go, we're good. Walker resigned, Hopkins resigned, everybody's good. No, you're not all good. Because guess what? You broke federal law.
I think you've made your point.
Thank you. No.
Next person on the public comment is Department of Land and Mayor. If you want to say something for him.
Well, I'm not gonna get up here and argue a point, but I want to, congratulate each one of you gentlemen up here and thank you for your years of dedication. That I was born and raised in Jasper, and I believe in my heart that nobody from the city of Jasper, JEDCO board, city council, ever got up one morning and said, I'm gonna go steal some money today. That just don't happen. If laws have been broken, how long has JEDCO been an organization now? Long time. Nobody's ever been arrested. Nobody's ever been called up before a jury. You people are the citizens of Jasper. You people are the livelihood. Jasper is an economic development corporation for the good of the citizens of Jasper County in Jasper, Texas. Thank you for your service.
You've all gotten copies of the minutes from the June 3rd meeting, and have time to look at them. Do I have a motion to accept those?
I'll make a motion that we accept.
Second.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, financial report. Got a copy of that. There's really nothing much out of the usual. Sales tax receipts are still strong, $119,827 in income. And our expenses were $31,594. We didn't have any major business in direct incentive except for $13,962. So it left us with a net income of $88,232.93. Everything else is pretty well standard expenses. Does anybody have any questions on the financial report? I'll entertain a motion to accept that then.
I'll make it.
I'll second it.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, next on the informational items is a report from the Project Review Committee, and Charles is gonna give this report and the sports complex report also.
As of today, this committee has not received any grant applications, so no movement has been done on that. Second, on the report of the sports complex, Jones, the family Jones, has removed the timber off their 204 acres. Oh, they haven't yet? Oh, okay. They're still in the progress. We also, I'm gonna ask, Kenneth, we went out to bids to clean up the parking lot.
That's for action item.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, no other report on the sports center at this time.
Okay. Something that's not on here, but it's an informational item, and I think everybody that'll be interested in, is Gated Rentals. It's one of the companies that we've lured in here and helped get started. They're in the old LP plywood plant, and they've remodeled that, and Marvin and Todd went out to the plant this afternoon, and they are making houses. They got, what, 5 or 6 in the pipeline, Marvin? 13 in the pipeline. And he's got some pictures of what that looks like, and some of the places they're gonna put them. I'm gonna let Marvin talk about this. This is good news, something that we've done.
Well, Tom and I both are pretty familiar with home building. In fact, we have an interest in a plant out in Waco called Jessup Housing. We're 20% owner. We do have a little bit of experience on building homes, and tiny homes are basically the same thing, they're just a little smaller. And we spent some time out there in the plant today. As of today, they have 24 employees and are still trying to hire people. They're interviewing people during the week, and then on Monday, but they will hire, a few people that they've interviewed. We just took a quick tour, and they had, on the outside, they had probably 20 plus frames ready to go inside the house and build to start the houses. And on the line, there was like 13 homes from the flooring stage to the final stage. And I do have some pictures of it, passing on, you kind of see how they're coming. And it's we talked to some of the employees and some of the people that actually run the plant, and they have competitive wages. They have a 401k. The time off, you get paid for time off if you have to have time off for health reasons, and have a health plan, dental plan. And usually when you first start a house down the line, small or big house, that first one it'll take sometimes 10 days, maybe 2 weeks to get that first house off the line. You think this thing will never fly, it won't work. But once you get started, then it'll go on to, you know, you may have 2 or 3 the next day. And of course, we have a plan in Waco. Of course, when we started, it started off the same way. And as of today, they're building probably anywhere from 7 to 9, 1680 houses a day. But it takes time to get that pipeline flowing. And that's kind of where they're at out here right now.
They're hiring people right now, they have 24 working,
Yeah.
right now, and they're still trying to get ramped up, so.
24, is that part of them not working faster and if they have more people on board, or is it, they're gonna speed up once they get more people on board?
As of today, that's all they have, period. It includes small office crew too, but they're trying to hire people daily, and they interview them all week, and then on Monday, they'll try to hire some, every Monday, try to hire more people. But it's starting off slow, and it will.
He has a picture I saw also of the layout that they have. They have some property in Houston that's already laid out, and it's got pictures of where all these homes are gonna be in just a huge neighborhood. And, that's a real positive step.
How do they get the word out about the employment or that they're interviewing? How are they getting the word out to the public, to the citizens? Do we know?
Well, they have some posters and big flags, trying to hire people, and other than that, I'm sure they do some stuff, in the newspaper. They probably everything they can to get the word out there, but they are hiring.
Anything else? Okay, let's move on to items for discussion. And we have on there a potential committee for executive director search. The city is working on, finding new people to replace many on this board. And I personally think we ought to table this for the new board to come in before we start searching for a new executive director. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think that if we had a committee, go ahead and put the word out and start this process, it's gonna take many months to find us a new director.
Anybody,
I got a question. Heretofore, the JEDCO board assigned a committee to do a search for potential members. And that committee brought back recommendations, be it 1, 2, 3, or 4, however many it was. And then those potential board members was passed on to city council, is that right?
right.
And then city council determined who they would be or who they would put on the board.
Right.
Are we still following that same procedure or not?
Yep,
Okay.
we're waiting for them. We do have a list, Clark asked for a list, of the people that might be interested or recommendations, and he's gonna get that list. Sam today. So, we'll talk about a committee for potential executive director. Want to move to action items, and we have, first of all, request for Bell's Clothing Store wanting to come back into the shopping center out here. And they, how many employees? 16? 15 employees is what they're looking for. I'm gonna let Charles talk about this, because he's worked on this as far as what they spent and what they're asking for.
Yes, I talked to Gloria McGraw, and she sent me over what's called a, schedule of values, which is a number that includes all the work that's gonna be done. And they're going to spend over $942,917.12 to rework that building. And with the numbers she's gave to us, we've come up with a number, but we're wanting her to give us solid numbers. These aren't numbers from a contractor, so that number might vary. What she wants is a letter from us saying that we are going to help them financially. Of course, we can't give that until the board votes on it, but we can give her a letter, what's called a letter of intent, which means that we are seriously thinking about helping them out in any way that we can. And that letter, I'm gonna need permission to get it started.
Right, the letter is not obligating
No.
any amount, but just saying that we are interested and
We will help.
potentially help them. Any discussion on that?
Is it 15 the total number of employees, or that's just the start?
That's what she told me, 15 is the total number.
Do we have a motion to approve this letter of intent? Not obligating us? Kai, do I have a second? Second. Dr. Brown, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No? Okay.
One of the things I want to let say too is that in the letter, we will tell them the visions we have for getting any money from the board. And that is that they agreed to a certain amount of employees, that they agreed to having a business report, also a business plan, and that it will be a contract with us for 3 to 5 years.
Okay, anything else?
I have something.
Okay.
My question would be, why would we give money over there to
Can you speak up?
name in the city building?
I'm sorry, can you speak up?
Yeah, I can speak up. I'm not afraid to speak up. You all know that,
Well, I couldn't hear you.
huh?
I
He couldn't hear you.
Okay. Why are we wanting to look to give them money? That ain't even, that building can take care of its own self. Them people's got it, investments. They can build a building. Why? We need to give money. Why?
That's why we do. That's what we do. We assist people to bring business into Jasper.
Business is already coming here.
No, it's not.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. They haven't even got a complete set of drawing.
That don't make no difference. That don't make no difference. That building is owned by investment people out of Omaha. And, so Brookshire Brothers jumped up there and wants to get an air conditioner, then we're supposed to jump over there and give them one.
Ronnie, I think you jumped completely out of another ballpark.
Where?
We're not talking about Brookshire Brothers, we're talking about.
I am.
Trying to get.
It's in the
You're
same
being
building over
foolish.
there.
You're being foolish.
Is that what's gonna happen?
You're being foolish.
Is that what's gonna happen?
You're being foolish.
Huh?
You're foolish.
Food.
Foolish. Foolish. Can you hear me? Foolish.
You're food.
No.
No, then I'm not neither.
You got people that are interested in coming to Jasper. How long is that building set vacant?
Smart. It's investment, but why ain't they renting it out?
They'd love to read it.
Okay, rent it out.
A lot of money too.
Why we gotta put money in?
We're trying to entice people to come into Jasper.
Still ain't answering my question. That's all right, I knew you wouldn't know answer.
But the purpose of the board is to help economic development. You brought up Berkshire Brothers, they're already there and established, there are things that they would have to do that would be a reason why we would have to come forward with a project. They either have to bring something to the table that's gonna help development, bring on new people. This Bill's development is a brand new entity, not associated with the previous Bells, and they're talking about, we're gonna bring in 15 new jobs. That's what we wanna do, is we wanna bring jobs to Jasper. They can go somewhere else, but it doesn't help Jasper. So the money that is available that can help assist them to grow, that's what we would deliberate and say, is it feasible that we give them money with the guarantee that they're gonna have 15 people employed that we didn't have before? So that's economic development. We're trying to build new businesses. We wanna help them come and build new businesses.
And we have restrictions in our bylaws that there's only certain things that we can do. And we can't pass doing anything that's not in our bylaws.
There are restrictions in your bylaw that you go around.
No.
I said what I want to say.
Okay, thank you.
Huh? Pam?
I said thank you.
Yes, sir.
Can I mention something about field investments? Field investments owns that piece of property, and, we have several hamburger depots down in the south area, of which we dealt with field investments. As a matter of fact, back when we had our grocery store, we actually bought from the Field company, for those of you that have been around for a long time. And, I mean, I understand completely what you're saying, and I see what you're saying, but I have dealt with Field before, and the family's now down to their third generation, and they've paid for that complex, I can't tell you how many times over. So for Phelan, it can sit there forever, because they've already made their money, and so they're not really interested in helping us grow, because they've made their money several times over. And we've never dealt with Phelan, and we never will, because when you deal with Phelan, when you sign the dotted line, they're never gonna help you again. So I can assure you, if there's any issues with that piece of property, Phelan will do absolutely nothing to make sure that they come or they do not come, because they really do not care. We've looked at a couple of properties down in the Beaumont area, they wouldn't do anything to update that facility. So I see where you're coming from. Why would a large corporation come to us and say, we need help? I get that, but they're already in Lumberton, and we compete with everybody to get businesses. We do. It just is a way of life now. It's very rare that a business is gonna come to your city without there being some sort of incentive. Same thing with our bass tournaments. We can't get any bass tournaments in our area unless we pay to get them to come. Hence why we have hotel tax money. So I certainly see where you're coming from, but I also know what it's like to deal with Phelan. And Phelan will do absolutely nothing to help us grow, nor will they do anything to help update that facility. So it kind of puts us in a situation, what do? Do we just say, we're not gonna help you? Or do we wanna help them come? Because I guarantee you, as God is my witness, Phelan Investments will do zero for them to come to our city.
I'm understanding this too also, you know, on the subject here is, they just, and put a lot of money into a restaurant here in town, and it closed up over there. It's back open now. If it closes, what happens there?
Well, there's a contract.
We have contracts.
Or what?
Well, we got a 3-year
You have a
agreement.
contract ain't worth nothing.
Well, I don't know why we have. Why do we have contracts?
That's all you got. That's all you got. It's a piece of paper.
good chance they may not, I'll put it that way.
Okay.
You know,
Like, we've got personal guarantees with each one of them, the entities of it, we have personal guarantees with them. We can get all of our equipment back. And then we got our
You
huh?
gonna tear like plumbing out of the wall over and take it back?
We got a cooler in there, we got a lot of stuff in there that we could use somewhere else.
Just say, just
Okay.
ask it,
Okay.
just ask it. I have that right to ask.
Well, sure.
I may sound stupid, but I got that right to ask.
That's no problem. You don't know if you don't ask. But we did meet with attorneys, we did meet with John Davis this last week, and, they're planning on staying up.
It still doesn't mean you get your anything back.
Okay, next on the agenda is the old Lone Star baseball cleanup. Ken, do you have a report on that?
Yes. We were gonna look at, the board had made concerns about the look of those ballpark equipment, and asked me to look into it, so what I did was, I was trying to contact some local contractors that did have a lot of overhead, that they could give them bids on doing, talked with 5 different contractors, and there were 3 sealed bids, turned in to the board to look at, for you all to decide whether or not you wanna use those or go a different route, but, I gave it to Sam, well, I had 2 pickup dubs, me and one to Sam, but he would have, he was in possession of 3 sealed bids on cleaning those on stuff, on, basically what they gonna do, anything that is above the ground, is gonna get removed, and then push all off ready for, maybe in the future, the board wanna go out for actual bid to keep it clean until we do something. We can do this, the first was,
The Lone Star baseball park, for y'all that don't remember, that's gonna be the entrance to our sports complex facility, and it's a safer place, so we bought that to have an ingress and egress safely, and the old ballpark's falling down and so forth. So, do we have those bids? Do you have
Sam,
Sam, you got those?
they are sealed.
Is it also to remove the trees, or is it just the
No,
baseball structure?
anything that's above ground, the structure wise, old poles, or with the actual, old,
Guys,
bathroom, restroom, and storeroom, there's a lot of poles.
once you open those, and you know who you talk to and so forth.
They have, I'm actually, I'm just, you want to board with the person, I think, I'm just saying. Yes. Charles, you want to? Yes, but anyway, they are bidding on, moving anything that's above the ground, all the light poles, the city did, when we first purchased the property, they went out and removed all the poles and they laid them on the ground, all those crystal poles on the ground, with the lights on them. There's a lot of fencing out there to be done and that old stand. Only thing that they're not bidding on, but I know when they, something, when the complex is done, there's an old concrete stand. They didn't bid on removing those. But if it's above the ground, any kind of structure, it's gonna be removed. If the board decides, and I'll give you the rest, and I'll move forward with contracting.
We have one bid from Clearlocks Logistics. And the bid is removing all fencing and structure service property, lawn care, fall off, all fencing and wood. And they've got a total of $3,500. We have one from Lewis Tippers. And they're gonna remove all tree fencing, concession stand building, all necessary mowing, including removal of concrete pillars. And they've got, cost of $13,500.
Now, we have to go back, when he included the concrete, that he wasn't supposed to put, I told him he wasn't gonna do the concrete, because I wasn't sure, they didn't make, Bull Lake side, want to keep it for like some outside entertainment, but it's actually concrete stain is what it is.
It says not to include removing the
He
concrete.
did, okay, never mind.
That's $13,350.
Oh,
First one's $3,500.
oh,
And then we got another one from ProRite Landscaping. And they're going to move, demolition, building and metal removal, fencing removal, debris, small trees, grass removal, concrete pillars, and removal of light poles. And they've got a total of $8,335.35.
Hey, what? 8,000 what?
8335.25. And I assume you know these people?
yes.
Shaylock's, Chalockkeys, Shaylocky, it's $3,500. The other two are $83.35 and $13,350. Pretty big difference. So,
But they all, pretty much other than the concrete too, they pretty much all say the same thing, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah,
What about the concrete too, so I did tell them, it wouldn't, concrete would be included.
removing all fencing and structures and hauling off all fencing and wood, $3,500. Remove all debris, old fencing, utility poles, concession stand, buildings and necessary mowing, $13,350. And, the last one is basically doing the same thing, $83.35.
Yeah, I said you can do it for them. It's up to the board. Yeah, I said you can do it for $3,500.
Yeah. Everybody good with that? All in favor say aye. All right. Approved, and we'll go with Shaylocky Logistics.
I really think $3,500 is not enough money.
Probably not.
He's not going to leave that place in very good condition.
That's a big difference. I'm gonna ask, board, I'm gonna ask, bring them in, and how we gonna sit together.
Okay,
Make sure you can understand what we're talking.
okay, yeah. But he's double that, he's still cheaper than somebody else. But talk to him anyway.
Do we have a motion in a second?
Uh,
Do we have a motion in a second?
no, we did on D1. All right, Marvin made a motion, we take him, and we have a second for the King, and all in favor say aye. Opposed?
No,
What?
no, I oppose that bid.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
Can we amend, just to add on that, following the discussion and clarification of total removal?
Make sure he's doing everything.
Right. Okay, add that in.
All right.
So if you're not, like, when I leave you, give you a call.
Yeah, okay.
There you go. There goes to you.
I mean, I know it's off the sheet, but, and then once he starts the contract, and he just sees he can't do it, he can turn in another work order, we can always give him a little more money.
Amended, yeah. And you know him, and he's a good fellow. Okay. All right, we don't have anything on the, executive session, anything listed, so, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.